So I think the ultimate legacy is up to us. Snowden has already done his part. He risked his life and his freedom in order to tell people in the world things that they should have already known. And now the people have to decide what they're going to do with that information. I think there are reasons to be optimistic and there are reasons to be pessimistic. The reason to be optimistic is that we've already seen huge changes. We've already seen the technology community wake up to what the real threat of mass surveillance is. We've already seen them build more and more secure products to make mass surveillance more difficult at the technical level. At least in the United States, we've seen constitutional challenges in our courts that for the first time have a chance of actually reining in these practices. We have a real debate in our Congress about whether we should shrink instead of expand government power. Now, it's not the same way everywhere in the world, and some governments are taking advantage still of the fear of terrorism in order to exploit that fear and to grow surveillance rather than shrink it. So I think it's very, very important for the people to accept the challenge that Snowden gave us. Here's the information, you decide what to do with it. Daniel Ellsberg, who was, before Snowden, the most famous American whistleblower, at the time that he gave secret information about Vietnam to the New York Times, he was reviled and criticized in America in the same language that's been used against Snowden. 40 years later, he's almost a saint of American politics. He's venerated by all sides. And so there's a mathematical equation. Ellsberg equals Snowden plus X. Now, what's X? We have to decide what X will be. I don't think it's 40. I think that we'll be able to bring him home sooner than that, and I think it also matters what the rest of the world thinks. He's been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. That reflects the belief of members of parliament in many countries that he should be recognized as a historic human rights fighter. If that happens, that will affect the atmosphere in the United States, and that will make it easier for us eventually to bring him home.